Just be yourself, just be yourself, just be yourself. That's what they say. Like it's some easy thing to just be yourself. If you ever dealt with this, like the struggle of being you, this video is for you. I want to show you exactly how you can be your authentic self and how you can step into being your most true version of self in a way that it's a lot simpler than you think. I believe that being a true authentic version of ourselves is the highest form of spirituality. Like we are here to own who we are. That's the whole spiritual work. We're here to not hate on other people, not hate on ourselves, not judge other people, not judge ourselves, and just to accept, to live in harmony, to embody and embrace our divinity. And how do we do that? We must know first, acceptance is the core of it all. Accepting yourself and accepting others. So that's why it's the first thing that you must master. How do you master acceptance? Well, acceptance can only come from the knowing that, well, you know what? Beyond judgment, black, white, yes, no, right, wrong, it just is. Okay? So think about your past. Think about your past. It happened. Okay, you can sit here thinking and crying and hating and resenting about how it was wrong, how it was right, how you didn't deserve it, how you deserved it. I'm telling you, it doesn't even matter now because it happened. When you begin to accept what happens as is, what you do, what happens is that you create a sense of inner peace. You allow that chapter to be closed. So then your energy is not in that open book anymore, not on that open chapter anymore. You're not stuck up and hung up on chapter 1 while you're trying to get to your manifestation on chapter 10. So how do you actually become your most true and authentic self? You have to accept what happened. They left you, your mom didn't want you as a baby, your dad said that you are worthless, okay, whatever. Accept what happened. Okay? And accept you did or didn't do whatever happened. And right now, I want you to find the power within you to know that your future is actually seated in the now. You are responsible for creating the life that you want now based on who you choose to be now. So becoming the most true and real and authentic version of you requires you knowing what is that version of you inside right now. And it comes from accepting that you're not here to be the most perfect robot. You're not here to try to pretend your past didn't happen and what you call it, bypass, like spiritual bypass or whatever, positivity overload, and like forget that. It just accepted that it happened, and you creating the life that you want now by telling yourself new stories. Because the authentic version of you is the version of you that lives life on her terms, that lives life based on her codes of conduct, not because someone else, did this to her, did that to her, or said this, and because that happened to me, so I have to be this version of me. Because of these stories that you attach, because of my mom didn't love me when I was young, that's why I need this. So then you always become the version of you that always need that love, always chase that love. That's why you become a people pleaser, a chaser, instead of being the attractor and the one that people choose. You see? So the only reason why people hold on to their past is to justify who they are now. And I want you to listen to that again. The reason why people are holding on to their past is just to justify the person that they are now. But maybe that version is not your truest, highest, most authentic version of you. So until you accept whatever happened, and until you allow yourself to be free of that, not think about it, not have it in your field, you cannot write the real story of your life. You know what I mean? You cannot write the true story of who you really are, because you'll just be that person that react to what happened as a byproduct, as a result of those terrible things that happen. And I'm not here to say that those things are not terrible, are not whatever. But what's the use? Okay? So how can you be yourself is to let go and release of everything that made you the version that you're not proud of. So maybe you can say, oh, I'm introverted, I'm shy, whatever. Are you really introverted? I want you to really question that. Are you really introverted? Are you really shy? A lot of people use the word introvert, but they don't really, it's not the right definition of it. It's just like as an excuse for you to not go out, excuse for you to not have relationship, excuse for you to not have interactions. Are you really shy? That's something I had to question myself, because for the longest time in my life I was telling myself I'm a shy person, I'm an introverted person, whatever. But actually I was afraid. That's what it was. I wasn't shy, I was just afraid. I was afraid that I wasn't enough. Being who I am is not enough. So that's why I hide behind the shy girl mask. So it's better to just not speak and call myself shy than speak and be judged on what I'm saying, on who I am, on my accent. That's the real reason why I didn't speak up. Not because I'm introverted, not because I'm shy. It's because I was afraid. Because of fear, of rejection, judgments, criticism. So I wanted to ask yourself, all these labels you put on yourself. I'm shy, I'm introverted, I'm this, I'm that, I'm slow. Are you? Or there's something deeper that you're afraid of? So until I learn that, I get rid of the shy girl sticker label. And I don't even have these labels on myself. That's why I'm free. And maybe it's true, it's true I am introverted in a way that I get my energy from being on my own. That's true. But I don't use the introversion label as an excuse for me not following my dreams, right? Not speaking to that person, not making myself heard, not making myself seen, not making the impact that I'm here to make. I don't use those labels anymore because they cripple me. So I want you to assess, the second thing is to assess, where are these sticker labels that you put on yourself that are crippling you? Okay? And the number 3 thing, how you can be your most true and authentic self easier than you can ever think, is, do you resent authenticity in other people? Or maybe you are inspired by them, but then it comes off as envy or jealousy. So for example, you see someone who's so expressed, who has different colors hair, who wears these clothes that maybe you find hideous, but at least they are expressed, like they are just owning what it is. And then you're here judging them. Oh my God, these clothes are hideous. Like, why would he wear that? Like, what kind of brand is that? Oh my God, is it a fake Gucci? Whatever, right? Like, you are judging people based on the things, like who they are, but secretly you admire that they have the freaking audacity to just dress however the F they want, and you wish that you could. But you out here dressing like a perfect little doll because you wanted to be loved and accepted and you wanted to fit in. But then you wish that you would, right? And when you see someone and, maybe laughing a bit too loud and you're like, oh my gosh, freaking social etiquette, right? And, maybe sometimes people are just loud, but like just notice, like when you are repeatedly triggered by somebody, maybe you're inspired by them and not really triggered. Okay, maybe you admire that they didn't care what people think of them in the way that you care what people think of you. And this is something that when I notice around, my judgments and my triggers with people, it changed my life to just see who are triggering you. because your triggers are your medicine. They're here to reveal to you. Okay, the things that you're jealous of, the people that you're jealous and envious of, maybe you're judging that girl. My God, like look at her face, so kicked up. Or maybe, oh my God, look at how much skincare that she has to do, this Korean 12-step skincare. I don't have to do anything. And you know, and then inside when no one's looking and you're like you know that your skin is not where it's meant to be, right? And then you're judging that girl because you wish that you would. And this is something that I have personally, okay, had experience. I feel like all of that I have judged and criticized people on. And it's because deep inside of me, at the time, I was struggling with this idea of being a good spiritual person. Okay, so let me know if you struggle with this as a spiritual person. It's like, oh, I'm a spiritual person. I cannot be using these like products with these like chemicals because I'm a conscious person, and I cannot like want more money because that's like kind of evil, isn't it? Money is evil. I can't. No, no, no. 5 stars hotel. No, no, no. Let me stay at a homestay. Okay, let me pitch a tent. So like I had a lot of judgment towards the people that I secretly, subconsciously, at that time I didn't even know that I wanted, but just subconsciously, I want that. I wanted the luxury. I wanted the comfort. I wanted to take care of my skin and my face and stuff like that. But then I resented and I judged and criticized these people who actually allow themselves to have that and do that because I didn't allow myself to be. So you see, authenticity is more than just being who you are, just be yourself. It's more than that. It's knowing that where you are lying to yourself, where you are judging people because you want the same freaking thing. So just, I promise you, see where you are judging people on, whether, oh, they're wearing too many brand names. You wish you would in some way, okay? You have to be honest with yourself. Or, oh, they are this and they are that. It's because inside of you, there is a need, a desire for you to just wish you would. Wish you wouldn't give a wish you wouldn't care. Wish you could just buy that bag for the sake of it, and just not having all this shame. Being your authentic self requires you to be shameless in a way. And one of my favorite quote from A Course in Miracles is, I am a guiltless and shameless son of God. Okay, and I say this all the time, every other day or every day. I'm a guiltless and shameless son of God. And that is the energy that I want you to understand. In this life, guilt and shame are the things that will drag you the F down. That will tell you that you're terrible and dirty and not good enough and you have to hide yourself. And who you really are is wrong, it's bad, it's dirty, it's undesirable, it's unlovable. But these are lies. Okay, if you look at David Hawkins' work, the lowest emotional frequency is guilt and shame. That's terrible, right? So for you to get to your highest level of being who you are, you have to just let go. Let go of all the guilt and the shame and the judgments and the fear and the doubts and all these crappy things that you carry within yourself. Because only because you have it within yourself, you are judging other people. It gets projected out. Because if you ain't got it, it ain't getting reflected out. You see? So begin today by claiming your divinity, by questioning, am I really this person? Or is because I played a narrative? Because I still replaying that story where I was the victim of what happened? And it's because I wish I would. If you just let it all go, ask yourself, what if I could just be whoever the F I want to be, and no one would give a S, and everyone would be loving and supportive, And we all get to shine, and we all get to be who we are. Who would I be? Who would my true self be? Right? Would I care or not where I'm staying? Or what would my preference be? That's the question that really helps me get clear. What would my preference be? When I was getting, moving from my hippie era to like, oh, we don't care about money, we don't care about comfort, we don't care about clothes, we don't care about these things, right? Oh, it's love and light, to being my true authentic self is, what would I prefer? Would I prefer to sleep on the cement, or would I prefer to sleep at a 5-star resort? Right? And then you ask yourself again, do I prefer to sleep at a 5-star resort, or do I prefer to sleep at this type of setting, Airbnb instead, right? It doesn't need to be like so extreme, but it needs to be true. And only when you can be so honest with yourself, no one's looking, no one's judging, you're not even judging, that's when you get to the crust of things. That's when certain relationship will fall apart. My relationship fell apart because I realized who I really am and what kind of relationship that I wanted. And my relationship at the time, it fell apart literally the day after when I had this grand realization. It's because I am no longer a match for that. So do expect certain things and people will fall the F out of your life when you decide to be who the F you really are. Comes with a price, baby, but comes with lots of rewards. I love you. Universe loves you. God loves you. This is Tina Wong. Let me know if you resonate with this. Leave me a message down below. I will read it.